America as we know it will slowly begin to resemble that of the Middle Ages. And you might think I'm crazy for saying this, but the poor peasants of our society, as their lifestyle and education rapidly decline, will culminate into their and their future generations' inevitable loss of the ability to read and write. 66% of Americans belong in a group of people that will not exist 10 to 20 years from now. Where are they going to go? What is making this shift happen? There are a little over 123 million households in the US, and the middle class makes up almost 66% of these households. Why do I think that I'm qualified to make as outlandish of a prediction that the middle class will inevitably decline in size to almost the point of non-existence? Honestly, I'm not qualified, but I truly believe that for a multitude of reasons in which I'm about to tell you, that this is going to take place. Reason number one, I think the first and most obvious reason is that we're seeing unskilled jobs being replaced by automated processes and robots. Being a factory worker as an occupation was the thing that created the middle class in the first place. So seeing the removal of factory workers and manual labor jobs from our society is a great indicator that our economy is going to look different going forward. Look at Amazon. They're creating many processes to completely replace manual labor jobs. But I honestly don't think that the technological development of society is bad. I just think that there are consequences to this, such as we're going to create a bubble of people who lack hard and soft skills, a proper education, and the connection to the types of people who are going to get them these things. Only the most skilled people are going to have access to the remaining jobs left. Reason number two, we're seeing a transfer of wealth like we've never seen before. People are either getting really rich or really poor. Not a lot of people are staying stagnant. There is no stagnation in our economy right now, and that was the thing that the middle class was also built on. Reason number three, kids today are receiving worse and worse educations than they have received historically, when they're getting taught by unqualified parents trying to get taught over Zoom, or getting put on heavy medication for not being able to sit in a room for 8 hours straight. We really don't think that the long-term effects of this is going to be devastating on our culture moving forward. Our education system is failing the generations that we're pumping out into society, and a college education is becoming exponentially more and more expensive and less useful practically to society. But if you do not continue your education to some capacity, you will fall behind, because the people who are uneducated and the people that are unskilled will not even be considered when they're looking for placement for these higher tier jobs. So the progression of someone from lower class moving to a higher class is going to be even more and more difficult through our education system. If you do not continue your education, you are guaranteeing your place on a bench full of replaceable people. We'll reach a point in our society where only the really wealthy people can afford a true education, and it's going to cycle. The poor people of our nation will not only have a worse and worse education, but also have fewer jobs to work. Classism will become a part of our culture like we've never seen before. America as we know it will slowly begin to resemble that of the Middle Ages. And you might think I'm crazy for saying this, but the poor peasants of our society, as their lifestyle and education rapidly decline, will culminate into their and their future generations' inevitable loss of the ability to read and write. This is depressing, Peter. Why would you want this to happen? I don't want this to happen. And that's why I'm making this video, because I honestly think that this is the path that we're on track for. And the only way that we can prevent this is by talking about it. I want as many people as possible to see this so that they can see it coming and they can prepare for it to protect their families and their future generations. So what can we do to prepare? So much information is at the tip of our fingertips, and all we can do is filter out information in search of the truth. We're constantly receiving concepts that all conflate with each other, and our task as a society is to find the truth through all of this, so that we can educate ourselves and educate our families. Here's what we must do to prepare for the future. Develop soft and hard skills so you can set yourself apart from the rest of society. Get licenses and certifications so that your place in the workplace is not entry level. Provide a service. The service-based industry is not dead, and it will be the salvation of our economy. Return to old business principles. Do not start a dropshipping business. Start a plumbing company or a window washing company or something that provides real value to society Because when society decides that a drop shipper can be replaced or is not necessary, they will replace you. Provide real value to the people around you. The unintended benefit of the downturn and shrinking of our economy is that as a lot of people from the middle class will move down to the lower class, also, the educated and skilled workers of the middle class will be rewarded and their lifestyle will increase. We can start foundations to provide these hard skills, soft skills, certifications, licenses, and educations to people who cannot yet afford them, so that in the face of an economic downturn, our friends are well equipped to not face total poverty amidst the collapse as something as major as the middle class. Be generous with what you have, so that we can ensure that as the middle class gets smaller and smaller, our communities not only grow in size, but get much, much stronger and tight-knit, and we can help our communities move towards prosperity instead of poverty. If you liked today's video, then you're a real one. You are the King Fighter G. You're a cool guy, and I'd like you to know that I love you. I love you. Leave your name down in the comments, and I'll put you in my will. And if you did leave a like, then I will name my firstborn after you. I will give you my third son.